Only 3 days to capture Kyiv. Such predictions were broadcast everywhere in Russia when the full-scale war commenced.
The tanks are already near Kyiv.
The 3rd, 5th, at most the 8th of March. This war will last, Volodya. Well, at most 3 to 4 days. We'll raise an eyebrow, and Ukraine will understand everything. And there should be no illusions. We will take Kyiv.
Ukrainian allies gave more, but serious resistance to the occupiers was not particularly believed in either. Until the Ukrainian defenders, with unwavering resolve, bravely and valiantly showed how they meet the enemy on their territory.
These are the Kadrovites, as they came. So they went to the other world. This is what was left of them.
Then the initiative was intercepted with the return of dozens of settlements and a counter-offensive that did not yield the results everyone hoped for. And once again, defense. The Allies stalled. Kyiv had to wait months for help. But even here, the defense forces showed that they were not going to surrender without a fight. Despite the difficult months, the Ukrainian armed forces destroyed enemy ships in the Black Sea, struck Russian military targets, and even reclaimed Ukrainian territory. For example, the island of Mystriga in the Kherson region. How did the Ukrainian defenders manage this? It's simple. They used ingenuity and devised weapons and combat techniques that will be studied in history textbooks for decades. Horror mobiles, Frankensteins, and even World War I tactics. All of this is successfully employed by the Ukrainian defenders. Let's start with the Ukrainian weaponry that is already known to everyone. Thanks to it, the Russian Black Sea Fleet has been significantly reduced. We're talking about the Sea Baby drones. These relatively small maritime drones have caused quite a stir, both literally and figuratively. As of early March, the Security Service of Ukraine reported, with the help of these maritime babies, they blew up the Kerch Bridge and hit 11 Russian ships. But now the Sea Baby will become even more deadly. Recently, the Security Service of Ukraine showcased a new modification of the drone, created thanks to donations from Ukrainians. The drone is capable of delivering almost a ton of explosives over more than 1,000 kilometers. In addition, the Sea Baby is a versatile multi-purpose platform, and it can be equipped with its own weaponry. The Ukrainian Neptune missiles also destroy the enemy fleet. They demonstrated their power back in April 2022. At that time, the Neptune sank the Russian cruiser, Moskva. But Neptune doesn't only show its might to ships. Ukrainian missiles have also been used on the battlefield. For example, they destroyed an S-400 missile system in temporarily occupied Crimea. As for the specifications, the range of the modified missile that destroyed the enemy S-400 is 400 kilometers. The warhead of the deadly land-based Neptune is 350 kilograms. In the anti-ship version of the missile, these figures are lower. It can hit a target at a distance of up to 300 kilometers, and the warhead is 150 kilograms. But for the latter, as it turned out, this is not the limit. Ukrainian developers seem to have modified the anti-ship version of the missile. The fact is that in March of 24, the large landing ship Konstantin Olshansky, stolen from Ukraine, was attacked. Neptunes participated in the strike. Modernizing is indeed something Ukrainian developers are exceptionally skilled in. One of the best examples of this is the modernization of Ukrainian air defense. Due to the shortage of air defense systems, domestic developers considered how to increase the number of complexes capable of covering the Ukrainian sky. And an unexpected solution was born. Ukraine, together with Western allies, decided to create a Frankenstein, in the literal sense of the word. The Ukrainian armed forces combined Western surface-to-air missiles with Soviet-era launchers. As a result, Franken-SAM was created. Currently, there are 3 such SAM systems known. This includes a hybrid of the Buk and AIM-7 missiles, a Soviet radar and AIM-9, as well as elements from the Patriot. And Franken-SAM is not standing idle on the battlefield. The system's baptism of fire occurred several months ago. At that time, the Ukrainian air defense shot down an Iranian Shahed at a distance of 9 kilometers. The Ukrainians have another similar tactic with elements of Frankenstein. The armed forces of Ukraine have mounted AGM-88 armed missiles on MiG-29 fighters. These two armaments are completely incompatible, but the Ukrainian military has once again proven nothing is impossible.
The difficulty in adapting this missile to post-Soviet aircraft is that you need to adapt the suspension system. And for this, a certain hybrid solution was also found because, well, it's actually quite straightforward. And on the standard pylon of the MiG-29 or Su-27, which were adapted, these missiles are installed. An additional pylon is attached, LAU-118A. An external battery could be used to power this missile during flight, which did not originally provide for this supplying power through the standard system via the aircraft's standard wiring. Also, let's say, well, it's certainly possible to pair this missile with a radar system, operation detector.
Frankensteins have become almost the favorite tactics of the Ukrainian army. Most of all, you can see these kinds of videos online. In them, ordinary pickup trucks of the armed forces of Ukraine have been converted into truly deadly weapons. Meet the incredible horror mobiles. The occupiers really don't like them.
Why is it called a horror mobile? Because such systems can certainly move quickly across the battlefield and deliver sudden strikes to the tactical depth of the enemy from a direction they might not expect.
There are many subtypes of such weaponry to suit any taste. The main thing is that they are indeed quite rapid and can travel through any terrain.
There are quite a few various and distinct different versions of such vehicles, but the fundamental essence is that essentially on a light setup that has the properties of an all-terrain vehicle, guides are installed in a manner that is highly efficient and remarkably versatile for launching unguided rocket projectiles, either for aviation or for multiple launch rocket systems, MLRS, such as GRAD and chassis. Civilian pickups can indeed be effectively utilized as the chassis.
Ukrainian military not only create the future, but also remember history. Thanks to the latter, you can always learn something new, and the armed forces of Ukraine are doing this. In these shots, tactics from the First World War are applied when the war was generally slow, just like drones are now. Therefore, to shoot them down, just like 100 years ago, a light aircraft, Yak-52, was used. The aircraft has no weapons. The crew member handles the shooting down using small arms.
And here, several factors certainly coincided. Most likely, it was indeed because it was definitely daytime. And there was a crew like this, which was probably ready to perform these tasks. And, of course, the aircraft that allowed to accomplish this task.
There are many questions left here. For example, can such a crew shoot down a drone at night? How many light aircraft and such skilled individuals do we have? But the most important thing here is not the questions, but the result. the drone, was hit. With everything else, we are confident that the Ukrainian military will manage and will certainly not stop trying to come up with something new to better and more effectively drive the enemy out of Ukrainian territory. And we will gladly tell you and show you about it. So like this video, write your thoughts on the tactics of the Ukrainian defenders, and be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss new episodes of Arsenal.